Hello everyone. In this video, I want to show you how you can get the month over month, the quarter over quarter, and the year over year change automatically. So we are working with a financial data set. And for the purpose of this example, I will only be working on two columns, the date and the amount. All the other things are not required. Obviously, we need to make a date table since we want to do a calculation. So I will go to the data view and new table. Now we can create a more complex date table, but for right now, not required. So I can just make a very simple date table saying calendar, where I want the minimum date by till the maximum date by. So we get a date column like this. And now this date table has to be connected with the original table that we have. So in the relationship, we will connect the date by with the date. And once this is done, we can start building our time intelligence calculations. So when I make a column chart and I keep the amount in the y-axis and from the date table, the date in the x-axis, what we get is this. Let me expand it to the quarter level, and I will also show you the data labels. So we get this value for each of the quarters. If you want to see the quarter over quarter change, we can select new measure. And here we can say that my quarter over quarter change is equal to, first I'll calculate my previous quarter. Now we know that this is equal to calculate the sum of my amount. And we want to do this for date add because we want to shift our date by exactly 1 quarter. That means we want to go from Q4 to Q3, Q3 to Q2, Q2 to Q1, Q1 to Q4, like that. We also now need another variable for our current quarter. So let's make this the same thing, but this time we will simply say calculate the sum of amount, and that's it. And then we return the result where we say that we would now like to divide my numerator, which is my current quarter minus my previous quarter. And we would like to divide this by the previous quarter. Enter. I will convert this into a percentage. And once we put the QOQ change inside the visualization in the tooltips, now we can see that from Q3 to Q4, there has been a decrease of 4.09%. From Q2 to Q3, there has been an increase of 1.37%. Now, the problem is that we would like to do this for the 3 levels of hierarchy, the quarter, month, and the year. So we will take our formula and I will build a new measure. And I want to call this POP change, so the period over period change. And what I want to do here is I am calculating my previous quarter, but in the result, that means the formula for the variable, what I'll be writing is this. So I will say that my QOQ change is equal to, right? So what we're doing now is that my previous quarter, everyone, will be calculate the sum of amount, just what we had done before. And then we say date add, my date table, and then we say -1 and quarter. Now in my variable change, we say that we would like to divide the sum of amount minus the previous quarter divided by the previous quarter. Now I'll copy this a few more times. So 1 and 2 more times. And here we will change it to the year. And let's make this year. And this one will become year as well. And here we get the year as well. And then in the third one, we want to call this the month. And let's make this the month. And this becomes the month and the month as well. So we have three variables that we would be using now. We have the previous year, the previous quarter, and the previous month. Now we will return the result. So what I want to do here is I want to use a switch and a true. That means that we want to see the first one of these values where the result is coming as a true. So we will see that has one filter. It means returns true, the specified table or column have only one filter. That means if I'm at the year level, I would like to do the year calculation. If I'm at the quarter level, the quarter calculation. Similarly, at the month level, the month calculation. Now the column name that I want to look at here is date table date dot year. Now, if the year is what is coming in the has one filter, that means the current level of aggregation for the visualization is at the level of the year, then I would like to show my YOY change. So I'm just going to call this my YOY change. This one will become my QOQ change. And finally, we have our MOM change. So here we will say we want our YOY change. I'll copy the same thing one more time. And then we have the QOQ change, and one final time we have the MOM change. Let's complete the formula, everyone. So we have the year, then we have the quarter, and then finally we have the month as well. And obviously, otherwise we'll have a blank in case none of the three has been selected. And then we can close our switch. Let's see how it works now. So now, if I put my POP change in the tooltips, let me convert this into a percentage. Okay, the results are a little different. So let me just verify what is happening. So do keep in mind, everyone, that the order has to be the month, quarter, and the year. So I will make sure that the month is coming first, then we have the quarter, and then we have the year. It should work now. So if we see this at the month level, at the year level, we have, let me remove the QOQ now, we don't need that. So at the year level, we have a 6.37% growth. At the quarter level, we have a negative 4.09. And at the month level, we have 7.16. So there we go, everyone. We have seen how to create an auto formula, which will have the year, quarter, and the month in it.